his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as he'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. A look at the defensive starters now for the Raiders. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Black 11! Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spotted it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 6-0 our score after one. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Open man, here's Foster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
180. Mike 59. Time to go. Night. Raider 9. Here we go.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. And it's caught. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's the fullback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack, baby! Sack, baby!
Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Yo, 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 yo! Yo!
3rd and long for Rivers. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
With it is Brown. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Running is Jacobs. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in. And it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Rivers looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Rivers on 1st down. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. Caught by Cobb. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, we're okay. We're okay. 390. Let's get off the field, D. Let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
White. He's the mic. Coming.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw his Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for the touchdown. Tyrell Williams, 76 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And our focus now moves to Randall Cobb. Unless he has a Julio Jones-type 300-yard game in him that Julio did against the Panthers in 2016, probably not going to reach 1,000, but still pretty good year.
I think you're right. It's a pretty good year for him, but let's face it, every receiver's dream is to have a game like Julio Jones had against the Carolina Panthers. It's 300 yards on the nose, and it didn't matter what coverage they sent his way. He solved it each.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Rivers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Maurice Hurst make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And this is going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Now Brown. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's got room. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, we're good. That's it.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey, down. 180. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's it, baby.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd and a couple. Carr. It's complete to Hopkins.
Yeah, baby.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
And the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Check. Your mind. Crunch.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Come on,
Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Situation. Let's go. Kill.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And now a carry here for their fullback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
The kick by McManus is good. And that one ups the lead to 22-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
190. 57. What's the run? They're running it. Wait, 80 high.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rivers, and going deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Titans. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Lindsey going to try to run it in. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make it
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Dante Hightower in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the draw, Lindsey, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers, and that's off the mark, incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Now Rivers on 4th down. He is going to find Hill here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Black 15! 57, the mic! Right here, right here. White, 80 hot! 80 hot!
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Rivers to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
Let's put up or shut up time defensively. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Benjamin Watson. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That good for 19 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Whistles now at a timeout.
Here we go.
So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
3 down, 3 down. 87's mine. Don't worry about that.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
Still 3rd down.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
And the Titans getting set to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing 2 things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside."
There ain't no time, is it?